All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey,
Hey.
what's going on, guys?
Hi.
Good.
Actually, no, that was it. I kind of screwed up my startup, but hey, Drewski with Cryptid Warfare, Conspiracies Podcast, and CW Operations and Survival. Hope you guys had a good week. Guys, we got a killer show for you guys. This is actually the first time I've actually had guys on my team on the podcast, so you guys are, yeah. Yeah, you're on the freaking chair now today. Other than that, guys, yeah, you guys got any questions? You guys got any stories or anything like that? Go ahead and shoot me an email. You guys want to be on the show? Look up cryptidwarfare@gmail.com, cryptidwarfare@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram. That's where I'm the heaviest at. So, other than that, you guys got any cryptid problems or anything like that? Spiritual warfare, any of that? Go ahead and look up, hit up c.woperations17905@gmail.com. We would be glad to help. We are a liaison and critter control company, so let us know. Not your muskrats, but your cryptids. FYI. All right, other than that, I'm going to promote small businesses. So the business of the month is Tier 1. Brian Cochran, Podunk, Tier 1 Restorations. Look him up. You guys need anything power washed? You need anything buffed out? Chrome, it don't matter. Hit this dude up. He's the best of the best on this side of the Mississippi when it comes to power washing and buffing out chrome. All right, that's enough of that crap. Let's get to it. May I introduce to you guys CW, part of the CW operations team, Juan and Dawn. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Also known as the power couple.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like Wonder Twin powers. Activate.
Yeah, right. We need some of them fancy rings, little blow whistle rings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What was it? Oh, Zook said, yeah, guys, I got my rape whistle.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man, let's just get into it. So, we're just actually getting you guys' stories. So, you guys been part of the team. Well, Juan's been part of the team a little bit longer than Don. We brought Don a little bit later. How long did you say, Juan? Probably for about 2 years?
Yeah, right. About 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, and then Miss O'Donnell Poo on here for about a year. TT Bubbles. Yeah. So
TT Bubbles or TTB.
Yeah, TTB.
He said don't call her that again.
Yeah.
Don't call me Donnie Poo no more.
Oh, Miss Donnie Poo. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's my show. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna get into it. So, okay, Juan. Let's just get into it, man. So, on a serious note, I'm gonna ask you the same question too, Don. When did you start getting into cryptids, man?
So, as a kid, I was always had a very spiritual mind as far as thinking outside the box. I was, daydreaming and stuff like that. So I came across a UFO TV show back when I was younger, and I've actually experienced witnessing one with myself at the age of 13.
Mm.
We were, me and my brother were outside, and we happened to be looking at the sky that night. It was a nighttime, and I seen one myself, and that's what got me into looking at all this stuff. And then, it's like a domino effect after that. You start looking into more stuff, and you get more interested in it, and that's how I got into it when I was 13 years old. Started questioning things.
Yeah, roger that, man. And yeah, because that kind of goes into a bunch of aspects. You got UFOs, you got paranormal stuff, you got cryptids and all that.
Yeah, once you start digging into it, it just keeps on going and going.
It does, man. It don't stop. It don't stop. Now we're gonna flip it over to you, Don. What about you?
Well, mine is more. I've got into the spiritual more before cryptids.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I saw my grandfather pass away in front of my eyes. I saw quite a few deaths in front of me. But the main thing that affected me was when I had gotten 3rd-degree burns to the point where I had to be life flighted because they lost my heartbeat for like 2 minutes at the hospital. So I was life flighted to Vanderbilt.
Man, so when you lost your heartbeat for 2 minutes, did you notice anything abnormal?
Like, I don't remember a whole lot because I was in and out of it. With the medicine they were giving me, they gave me morphine.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like here and there, and then after that, I started noticing things like shadowings. We've heard footsteps. We've came across a pile of French fries in the middle of our kitchen, nicely piled up, and nobody was around for that one.
Did you guys have any cameras at the time?
No, we
No,
don't.
unfortunately, we didn't have cameras at the time.
Man,
But we did have a camera in the my boys' room. We just put one in the corner of the room, and we let it record for a little bit. And we noticed as time went by, something went over there and tapped the camera.
It was about 1 o'clock in the morning when that happened, so everybody was asleep.
But yeah, it tapped the camera, and you could physically see that camera moving.
Yeah.
So I've gotten into more of the cryptids, and she's always been into the spiritual side of things. So we kind of covered all the fields.
Yeah. Yes, you guys do. And that was one thing that leads to the aspect of the team that, you know how it is. Every person on the team's got their own speciality, I should say. So Don's more sensitive when it comes to the spiritual aspect, and Juan's more of the hunter kind of guy. So yes, knows his woods and all that. So we're gonna forward fast on this. So what was it like on your first operation with us there, Wani boy?
Oh, it was definitely different experience being out there. Not a whole lot happened that night, but there was a couple things that kind of raises the hair on the back of your neck type of situation. It was a fun experience being out there, but the couple things that we did experience kind of just lit the fire even more to want to investigate it and find out more things about the cryptids. And one of the cool things that I thought was cool and scary at the same time was when we were out there and we heard like we were being surrounded by coyotes.
Ah, right. Yeah.
That was something else.
Yeah.
But it was a fun experience being out there, man.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where BX scared Juice?
Yes, that's it.
Yes, yeah.
We were out there and it was what they call the Hunter's Moon.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy being out there knowing it's nighttime, but yet you can see everything.
Yeah. As what's actually cool about operations and call them campaigns that we go on is you learn things about yourself and you learn things that what you should take and shouldn't take each time. You get a little bit better and better and better and better each time.
Yeah.
So what did you learn?
The equipment I had on was not exactly the right equipment for the type of environment we were on. I got wore out pretty quick.
Yeah. Yep. As I say, ounces lead to pounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were out there for several hours, so toting all that around for that long. Yeah. By the time we got done, I was over it.
Yeah. So what did you expect though, like before and after though? Like before, like when we're on our way up there, down there, where were we at? Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Yeah. So when we were out there, what were you expecting? And then after that, what was the outcome after it?
So I went out there, as an open mind as best as I could. Yes, I was hoping to experience some stuff out there, but at the same time, I was not disappointed if we did nothing ever happened. I was just open minded as best I could, and it it did deliver to certain expectations as far as being out there and experiencing new stuff. Like I said, I learned how to properly to be out there in the woods, survival, and all that. Putting myself in the environment actually made me rethink the way I think of things when I'm out there away from everything. But it was a great trip.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, the woods definitely do put things in perspective.
Yeah.
Um, so then after that, you came home, and I'm sure old Miss Dawn was talking your ear off.
Oh she heard all the stories and everything. How my experience went, and that got her even excited to be joining us.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll forward fast, and then after that, the Georgia operation, we went on another one, and that's when we asked old Miss TT Bubbles to come along. So let's get into that, girl. You were there. You were there with us. So I'm gonna ask you the same questions as I did Juan. So what were you expecting? And then we'll talk about the, I guess, like the encounters y'all are having, and what was the outcome?
As far as expecting wise, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I left, like he said before, I left my mind open.
I might just add real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was adding this. She was very big. What's the word? Uh, Man, I can't think of the word. Skeptical.
Yeah, skeptic. Yeah.
About all this.
Yeah.
I mean, as is anybody on their first time
Oh
going.
yeah, that's how it was.
But yeah, I was skeptical, and then being out there walking in the woods, because I am a country girl. I like the woods. I used to play in the woods as a child. I even had a little what do you call it? Like a little club in the woods.
Where it was,
yeah, like a clubhouse. We had like a furniture out there, a sofa, stuff like that. We'd all sit around and just talk and start a little fire, all that stuff.
That sounds like a good time.
It was, as teenagers, it was pretty fun. But like you said, over time, I kind of grew into stuff. Of course, when I was in middle school, we had a house fire one time. And then my dad, he had one of those cameras that printed the photo after he took it.
Yeah, with Polaroids.
Yeah, the old Polaroids. Yeah. And he took pictures of every room in the house after the fire. And in one of the pictures, as he was taking the pictures, he blew smoke into the camera. Only one of the pictures had a shadowing in it, you might as well say.
Yeah, shadow figure.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was shaped like my grandfather.
Mm.
And out of all the photos, it was only that one photo that there was something there.
Yeah.
And since then, I've kind of been in the spirituals since that. And then, of course, like I said, when I had gotten 3rd-degree burns, it kind of put me more into that spiritual situation.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandmother, God rest her soul, she was a mean old lady, but what grandparent ain't?
Mm-hmm.
And we think that she watches over the kids here.
Yeah.
Because before she had heart failure, she would always hold my oldest daughter as a baby, and she would say, "This is my grandbaby."
Yeah.
But one day we were living in Murfreesboro, and we were in the living room, and our oldest daughter was asleep in the crib in her room.
She was only a couple months old when this happened.
Okay. Yeah, she was, I want to say, like 3 months old. We just so happened to look into the room because it was diagonally across from the living room.
Mm-hmm.
and we saw the shadow figure hovering over the crib.
Okay.
And then next thing we knew, it was gone. But and then we also had this one occasion in that same apartment where the people that was living above us was taking a shower.
Yeah.
And there was water dripping down into our apartment.
Yeah.
Well, it was all going around her crib where she was sleeping, but not one drop had hit her.
That's really cool.
Yeah, not a single.
Like it went around the crib.
Yeah. It's almost like there's like a force field and it was just bloop going around it. Yeah.
And that's where I just stayed more on the spiritual side until coming up to joining the team.
Mm-hmm.
But that night, the first trip out there, I became a believer. After some of the stuff I saw on the thermal site, yeah, I became a believer.
Let's get into that. Let's just chew on that. Let's just get into that. Okay. So, both of y'all came along. Juan was already part of the team. Dawn, you just, it was your first time out. So, it's just kind of like you getting like your feet wet, you know. Me and the guys were kind of like observing how you are, stuff like that, you know. Kind of like at the end of it, we're going to go, yeah or no, but you did good. You're still here. So,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Got the edge now.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it seems like it happens to everyone when they go out. Like, we got to go again, man. We got to go again. Like, all right, calm down. So let's just roll into it. So, what happened with y'all the first night?
So when we got there, you know, we done our things, set up camp and all that, and it was a pretty chill night until we get ready to investigate. We separated ourselves a team. I believe the first time it was me, so it was myself, Don, Brian, and
Paul.
No,
it wasn't Paul. It was
I don't know if it was Riley or not, but anyways, there's four of us. I don't remember exactly who was with us, but we went out and we went out pretty deep into the woods, and we decided to go lights out for a little bit. Well, when we were out there, we started hearing a couple, noises around us. Something was walking around us, and first time I ever seen Brian react the way he reacted, but he turned around, looked at me, thinking that I was the one who did it. But he said something came to his ear and blew warm air into his ear.
How did he react?
It was a bit freaked out. And I've never seen him react like that. He jumped like something scared him, and he looked right at me because I was about a good 15 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And that was the first night we were out there. And then, of course, we got poured on. It started raining. It is opened up after that.
Yeah, it was so bad that we literally had to change clothes as soaked as we got.
We were a good distance away, so by the time we got back up to camp, we were drenched.
Yeah, it was funny because I was actually on the other team, and we started to smell moisture. And I was like, I don't know, let's get heading back. And then they called it in, and then you guys were like, all right, yeah, we're gonna be heading back too. And that made me realize how far you guys were out because we got there like 10 minutes before y'all did.
Yeah, we were out pretty deep into it.
And then, of course, Juan set off the big old bang.
Why you gotta bring that up?
I didn't do it, man. See, I didn't bring it up. Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so so they were all. Hey, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, though, dude. You guys are getting poured on. It was bad. So
we only had one thing in mind, was to get back, and that was a slight oversight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, it was funny though because when you guys were heading back, like Riley kind of looked up and was like, "What the freak is that?" It almost looked like there was like UFOs coming over the mountain, bro. Like you see all these lights just going, man. Like, no, that's not a UFO. That's them hauling ass right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay. Go ahead.
I guess to get into that, since y'all want to bring it up, we had preliminary alarm setup in the field. I'm sure you know about. You could talk about that, Andrew. How we set it up.
Yeah.
And I accidentally sent one off. That's what the whole thing's about.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Boom. Yep, we set it off. So, but hey, at least you know that they work in the rain. So.
Oh yeah, they work. Yeah, they work.
Yeah.
But one thing about that night, it was weird when it wasn't too much going on, but when we woke up the following morning, we seen what looked like child handprints on the side of my truck.
Yes. But before we get into that, Dawn, you were on that track too, weren't you? You were with Juan.
Yep.
What were you sensing? What were you feeling and all that when you were out there?
So, I was hearing what sounded like footsteps, but it wasn't ours. And then, like, it sounded like something was being thrown in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say probably a rock. But it was like, okay, so here's us standing here, and where I heard the rock was on the left side of us. And then it sounded like, and then we found a tennis ball out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that's weird.
We come to find out that it actually was a tennis ball to one of the dogs. His owner took tennis balls and threw the balls out there, but I guess the dog never found it.
Yeah.
But it did. It sounded like a rock was being thrown to the left of us instead of at us or just to the right of us. And then, of course, so I was just like, it was Brian. So the way it was counted was Brian, Juan, me, and then I don't remember who the last person was.
There was a fourth, but I don't remember who it was with us.
Was it Kevin? It was Kevin.
Kevin. That's who it was.
It was Kevin. Yeah, because I remember he went with you guys on the first round.
Yeah, and so, like, as soon as we were heading back, then it turned around and it was Kevin, me, Juan, and Brian. And every few steps that we would take, Kevin stopped because Juan and them stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand where I'm at. I don't know what that was. Let me just stand here because I'm in between all of these guys and I know I was going to be safe regardless.
Mm.
But it was really interesting.
Yeah. And I think there's another part. Yeah, when you guys came back down, and then was this before? Gosh, like my mind is just jumbled with all these.
They all kind of run into each other. You have to kind of figure out what's what.
Yeah. So I remember, was it me and Brian or me and Zook, or I forgot who it was, but me and Brian, or I was in the freaking. Oh no, me and Paul. Me and Paul were in the graveyard area, and you guys were looking in the thermal. Was that after?
So that was after.
That was after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you and Jessica were looking through and Juan, you guys were looking through the thermal.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one, the only freaking tombstone that was lit up.
So out of the entire graveyard we're looking at as tombstones, they were all showing, nerd standard cold signature as a tombstone would show, except for one. It was glowing red hot compared to the other ones.
Yeah, and then when me and Paul got like couple feet, like a couple steps from it, it went away.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah.
I believe if I remember correctly, Jessica and my wife both were up there reading. There was a headstone of a child,
an 11-year-old child.
And it's kind of weird that following morning we found them handprints on my truck.
Ah, yes, that's right. I wrote that down. Yes, let's go back to that. So let's talk about those handprints, guys.
Okay, so what had happened was we had a tent set up near our truck, but we didn't sleep in the tent because of how badly it was raining. And like the inside of the tent was soaked.
we got waterlogged on that one.
I think, dude, everybody got waterlogged, man. I think everyone was sleeping in their vehicles that night.
Yeah.
So Juan was in the driver's seat. I was in the passenger seat sleeping. We had the windows cracked a little just because we didn't want to get too stuffy in there. And then the
entire night we felt like something was watching us.
Yeah, we kept waking up, going back to sleep, looking around. I want to say around 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I thought I heard, I think it was Brian walking around or something. Somebody was walking around.
It's probably either me or Harley because we're like the ones that were up the latest. Because everybody went to bed and we're up until like 3 in the morning.
Well, I heard y'all and I was like, oh, well, that's one of us. So I was like, oh, I ended up going back to sleep.
Yeah.
The next morning, about what, 7?
Yeah,
7-ish, when everybody started waking up, we got up and kind of tried to clean out some of the water from the tent and stuff. We ran to the dollar store that was down the road a little bit ways to get a towel because we didn't package any towels. We forgot towels, to be honest, just in case. But when we came back, I was walking around the front of the truck, and I went onto the driver's side of the truck, and I was looking at it, and I was like, that's when I noticed the handprint.
Yeah.
Like, and I went up to it, and I was like, kind of just putting my hand there. I was like, that's smaller than mine. That ain't my handprint. And we knew it wasn't our children because we had washed the truck before we left.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I told Juan, I said, Juan, you know you got a handprint on your truck? And that's smaller than mine.
Yeah.
I was like, small. And me and Paul were the people with the smallest hands there. I was like, it's not Paul's size because it's a lot smaller than mine.
It's not fun size.
But that's when I told y'all, I was like, hey, Juan has a handprint on the truck. Like something was trying to look in the window.
The position of the handprints was as if you were going to lean up against the vehicle and kind of tip your toe into looking.
Yeah.
And then.
And the one thing weird about those prints that I found was that, they didn't wash off easily. So it had the same, like I described, oils that you have on your skin where it kind of stays behind unless you actually scrub it down. So we washed the truck afterwards, after our trip, and they were still there. I had to physically scrub the truck to get those off of there.
I want to say that handprint stayed there for at least a month.
Yeah.
And I found that weird that they correlated, that 10-year-old being in the grocery yard as well. And that seems about the size of a child around that age.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah, I remember that. That was a trip. Yeah, keep going. What else happened?
That was on the first night. So we started off pretty good on the first night.
Then throughout the day, we kind of we went out, we went exploring, saw all kinds of footprints, you might as well say. And then you saw the what's it called? The trees.
Oh, the tree structures?
Yeah.
Tree structures, yeah.
And then the one, which I thought was pretty awkward, I was like, it's a real big trunk, but it was uprooted and up high in the tree. Being held up by two other trees. Yeah. And then, of course, we came across the one structure that was built, and then we walked further down, and then that's when we all saw the hog cage. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So after we got done looking at all that, we all walked back to base camp. Oh. And then we ate, and then we, relaxed a little while up until nighttime.
And then, we got our game plan together with you and came up with a pretty good game plan to go out there and kind of set up, investigate, spend some time out there. So this is the second night. Night times where apparently most of the activity happens at night. So we went out there that night after you and I discussed our game plan. I don't know if you want to talk about our game plan that we had.
It was good. That's all it was. It was good.
We had a good plan, and it worked.
Thinking outside the box, and it worked. That's right.
It worked. It worked. So we best way I can describe it is, took a primal approach to it, sort of like a nature approach to the, what would be something that they would entice it.
Yeah.
And of course, we utilized thermal as best we could. She was in charge of thermal. On the way in, she would probably tell you that this seems like something was pacing us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as I'm looking around, I'm looking up in the ridge line that's high above us as we're down in the embankment and stuff. It was me. It was Prometheus Winds recording me, and then it was you, because you were marking the trail so we know how to get back.
Yeah, I was covering the rear.
Mm-hmm. So as we were going in, I was watching the ridgeline through the thermal sight, and at that time I didn't know how to record on that thing, so I was just looking through it. But in one of the trees, it's a real tall tree. I saw something that would say, "This is the tree." I saw something that stood like half about this tall, duck down, stand back up, duck down, stood up, and then it was gone. And I didn't see it again for quite some time.
I hate that. Freaky.
It was adjacent to us, like I said, whatever distance we covered, it was covering on the top of that wrist line.
Yeah.
After me seeing it through the thermal sight, like I heard it. I heard something, but I didn't know what it was. And I was just like, well, that's too tall to be anybody. And everybody was with us besides the two people that was at base camp.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know that's not any of us, and it's too tall to be any of us.
What were you thinking it was?
I'm not quite sure. I want to say it could have been Dogman. It could have been Bigfoot. It could have been an alien, for all we know. Because even though people say, hey, that's all fairy tale stuff, we don't know that.
Yep.
We would need physical evidence. But as the time gone, I started to hand off the thermal to other people so they could see in it. I want to say, where was it when that's when we started splitting off.
So yeah, that was just all that happened as we were going in.
Yep.
Once we were in, we had our game plan already and set, so we decided to split up into different small groups so we can cover more area. And we commenced with the experiment that we had in mind. I believe it was my group was a group of 4.
Well, that was the after. Because the first test, I put the bait up, and we all went as a group, 50 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 yards. Yeah, to where the stream was at.
And I believe that's when we went dark. Correct?
Yeah, that was when we went dark, and then you, Don, Kevin, Riley. And
Paul.
Paul and Harley. Oh God, yeah, you guys all saw something.
Yeah. So we were, of course, went out dark. We were looking through the thermal, and we were sitting there for a good while, and then Harley gets real excited because he sees something through the thermal. I taught him how to record, so we did record during that time. Unfortunately, technology being what it is nothing definitive on the thermal itself. Yeah, but I truly believe he did see something.
Yeah, because after he looked,
he handed it over to Riley.
Yeah, then Riley saw something, and then
Kevin saw something, and Riley also felt like, because we had the stream behind us, kind of. No, this was while they were with us.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a little bit of the stream behind us, and Riley kept turning around, facing the stream, like, I hear something.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I remember him
that's
saying
one thing about moving water. It provides, energy.
Good cover.
Yeah.
Where you're moving.
And then I want to say what happened after that. It was.
And then Kevin, because Kevin was very like skeptical when he first came, and then he heard the things you guys were hearing, pacing us.
Yeah.
And then when we sat there and listening, and then he's like, I was like, Kevin, I told Kevin, like, Kevin, get on the freaking thermo and look. And then he was all, yep, there's two things over there. I don't know what they are, but they're over there. Yeah. This is kind of freaking me out.
He kept his cool though. He was just like, there's something there.
Yeah, and it was funny because he realized, he's like, you know what? I need a bigger gun. Screw this pistol.
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough for what we can, or if we can, or something. That wouldn't be enough.
So it was so stressful that Juan and Riley actually shared a granola bar.
Yeah.
We both stress eat, so
I hear that, man. I hear that. I'm more stress. Yeah.
To calm him down, I happen to have a granola bar in my pocket. Broke it out and we split it.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. You guys help each other out. That's good.
Oh yeah.
So after that, Paul and Brian were on their way because they're about a good couple miles, like 2 miles away from us, about a mile up away from us, walking down. And when we saw those things, you guys saw those things on thermal. I was told that they backed away and they went up in the tree, in the bushes in the tree, going up towards Paul and Brian. Mm-hmm. And then next thing we know, we're getting calls by Paul and Brian saying that something's like walking with them.
Yeah, that was the weird thing that it seemed like it checked us out at first, and it was like, all right, this is nothing, and then it moved away because it knew somebody else was coming, and then like I said, it went and scalped them out too.
Yeah, and then I do remember, was it Brian? Yeah, I think it was Brian. He asked you if you had a green laser.
No, it wasn't. It was Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin was asking if I had a red laser.
Yeah, red. And I was like, no, I see green, but I don't see red anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were seeing lights throughout the woods, and none of us had a laser in that color at all. Some that could reach some distance, because it was good distance away when we were seeing it.
Yeah. I was like, nope, buddy, I just got a green one. And he's like, huh.
Yeah.
I remember saying, yeah.
Yeah, so then after that, let's check out the trap. Brian and Paul showed up.
Yeah.
And then I did something you didn't want to do. I'm sorry, man. I split everybody up.
Yeah.
We'll go into that.
All right. So after Brian and Paul showed up, we got into teams and we split up to cover more area. I remember, I think I was a group of 4. I think it was 3 in you, and then there was 2 in Brian's. Mm-hmm. And we just to cover as many angles we could to the trap experiment we set up out. And so we went lights out again, sitting there observing. There was a candlelight glow stick that he had put on there as a reference point, so we all know where we're looking at and all that. And we were sitting there hearing stuff behind us next to the stream, like something was stepping into the stream and then back out of it on the hillside behind us. And this is where we had one of the wild experiences that I've never felt before. We suddenly got a feeling of overwhelmness. Pretty much, you would call it, practically fear, like something's not right.
Yeah, like dread.
Yeah, dread. Yeah, dread. Something wasn't right. Something didn't feel right, and it hit all 4 of us instantaneously at the same time. So that's one of the things I've never felt before.
Yeah, I really think all you guys got hit with infrasound.
That's what I'm thinking. Because it happened on all four of us at the same time, and each person's different, but depending how you take it, if your fight or flight kicks in, that's how severe it was. I do know Riley and my wife, with being such a first hard experience like that, intense experience like that, they were just getting ready to get the heck out of there, which I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was ready to book it, and then I had to stop myself from getting too far ahead, just so I was behind Juan.
Yeah.
So I had to lead my team out of there, lead them all out of there, and
Before we jump into that though, so you guys were all grouped up.
mm-hmm.
You guys were focusing on the light,
Right.
as we all were. And then, did you guys hear anything run down the stream, jump the stream behind you? Anything like that?
It felt, yeah, like I said, it felt something that stepped into the stream, going with the stream, and then when it got to an area on the hillside, it got back out of it and it started going up the hillside.
Yeah.
And and after that happened was when we felt that we think got hit with infrasound, was when we felt that.
Yeah. Now, so who made the call on, like, let's just get the freak out of here?
I think I want to say that was like a group thing.
Yeah, you guys all voted on it. Like, all right, let's just go.
We all voted on it. Yeah. I know Paul and myself wanted to stay, but at the same time,
I hear
safety was priority one, and so if we all felt like that, then we need to go ahead and do that.
Yep, trust your gut.
But it wasn't like oh, we want to stay and y'all want to leave. No, we all were on the same page about this don't feel right. We need to get out of here.
Yep, because honestly, who knows what would have happened if you guys would have stayed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's something I wouldn't want to press my luck at. You know what I mean?
It was severe enough to where, like I said, your fight or flight kicked in. That's how severe we felt.
Yeah. Yeah, because not only that, like, I know Paul really good, and seeing him, go with you guys, I'm like, okay, it must have been really bad.
Yeah.
So
we decided to make that move, and I let him out of there.
So how was that trek?
It was a bit rough finding your way, because and the dark woods looks like just any woods. You lose your sense of direction real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but probably about halfway through, that feeling kind of went away.
Yeah.
I was able to calm down, more focus what I was doing to get out of there, and then, like I said, it was a good 15-minute walk back to the camp.
Did you guys see the markers at least?
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Okay.
I lost it one time. That's what I said. That's what I said. You get lost there easily.
So, I want to say after maybe the fourth marker, we kind of lost the fifth one. Mm-hmm. We started going this way, and the marker was this way, the other opposite direction. I was like, and I got to looking because we stopped because we was trying to figure out where we were. And I was like, wait a minute, it's over there.
So the situation, we had all of our adrenaline flowing. It was hard to keep composed as far as the direction you were going, because you only had one thing in mind, was to get out of here quick. Don't care which way, but just get out of here quick.
Yeah.
We had to stop it and kind of, assess the situation and figure out where we were, or else we would have ended up getting even more lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, of course, with it being wet, it made it a little more difficult trying to get on, because you had some hillsides that you had to go up and around.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to climb over that big log. So it kind of made it a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you're on a hillslide.
But we made it back. We're good.
And then I want to say, maybe 20 minutes later is when everybody started coming back in. I know y'all had some interesting noises out there.
Yeah, we did. But before we get into that, when you guys reached base camp, who'd you guys run into? Pops?
Pops.
Pops was the first one we saw.
Yeah. I know he gave you guys some good advice. So when you guys finally got baked, I'm going with you, Juan, and I'll go with you, Don. So when you finally got to base camp, how were you feeling? What were you thinking? All that stuff.
So, I've learned that when it comes to situations that keeping cool is the best thing you can do for the situation. But I will say when I got back to base camp, and I was able to relax and not have to worry about the people I'm with, my crew, it became very overwhelming. Um, just about every emotion came over me. And thankfully Pops was there to coach me through it, and he helped me out a lot. It really meant a lot what he just talking to me and coaching me through it. I had everything from anger to fear to sadness. Every emotion you could think of was going through me because it was just a sudden impact of, okay, I'm out of the danger. I can relax, and that's just everything just comes in at once.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I was first coming in. I was quite nervous. Like my nerves were up there. It took me a little while. I got a chair. I sat down, and I just basically gazed into the fire the whole time, trying to calm down. And then after Juan got calmed down, he came over there, asked me if I was all right, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm starting to come down." And then like I was just after that, I was always like looking around. I was like, any noise I heard, I'm just like, I heard it over there.
Yeah, that's one thing about like an adrenaline dump, and when time slows down, that when you hit downtime, like your emotions just freaking flood back, man.
It that's the first time I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, that's why I got addicted to chew, man. But yeah, and then after that, we had our thing, and then we finally came back, and then later on that night, what happened with you guys?
We were sitting around we had downtime. We were just hanging out, sitting around the fire, and out of nowhere, we heard noises come around from where I was sitting. It was to the right of me, and if I'm mistaken, you said that was you guys said that was a sheer drop on that side, a straight drop. So there was no way something could have been there. But started hearing, was it, I think 8 calls will sound like something that's imitating an animal, followed by a whistle.
Yep.
And that was weird because it was, you can tell it's a little bit distance away, but at the same time, it also sounded like it was close. Yeah.
Kind of, I want to say kind of around the hammocks that y'all had hanging up. That's how close it sounded.
Yeah. Yeah. It literally, to me, it felt like it was right outside of the freaking tripwire, like right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Right at the edge of our camp.
Yeah.
And that's why I questioned it. And you guys told me that, there shouldn't be anything over there because it's a drop off.
And then Pop said, what was it he said? He said, "Ain't no deer," or somebody said something along the lines.
Yeah, it was Harley.
So because I asked, as a person hunting a hunter that I go hunting for whitetail deer, to me it resembled a little bit of a deer call when they get scared. But the amount of times it done it in such a short period, that's why Pop said that ain't no deer, boys.
Yeah.
And I will have to agree with it because normally they wouldn't do it in that succession like that. That's off as much as it did it.
Yeah. The funny part is that when that whistle happened, I whistled back at it, and then Harley was like, "Do it again, man." I was like, "No, that was me, dude."
But it put everybody on there on alert. We had to do a sweep of the camp again just to make sure we were all right.
Yeah, make sure everyone was there. Yeah, that was good, man. Yeah, Yeah, that was a good trip for your second time, Juan, and your first time there, Don.
Yep.
So, I am going to let's see. Okay, yeah, and we're back at it. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get into the third, I guess the third expedition. So, where was this one at?
Alabama.
Alabama. That's right, Operation Skittles. Yeah, so we actually got a good group of team guys. We actually got a couple new guys on there. One of them was Steven. The other one is your blood, Antonio Banderas, right here. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. How about you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. You know, it's the weekend. Everything's good. God's good. Family's good. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. You're 6 feet above ground. That's good. So, yeah, man. So, I'm gonna ask you the same questions that I asked your parents, dude. Okay, so when did you start getting into cryptids, buddy?
So I got started into cryptids when my dad started watching these shows about like Bigfoot and like Skinwalker Ranch and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I got like, it was like interesting to me to see like the type of stuff they would find like on the shows and stuff. And like when they invited me to go out, like to go do the expedition, I was like, I don't know, I was like kind of scared at one point, but like more like when we were there, like I couldn't wait for like to actually find something.
Yeah.
And when we were there, like I don't know, it was like camping, but it was like a different vibe, like because like you know what we're trying to look for and stuff.
Yeah.
And on it was like genuinely just like I don't know how to explain it. Can't explain the feeling. It was like it was just something new to me.
Yeah, because you know you're there for a certain type of mission. You have an idea what's out there. You know what you got to look for, and it kind of changes the whole atmosphere and outlook on where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you a question real quick. Brian's gonna hate me now. I don't care. So, so you got to meet all the guys on the team. So, what was your impression of Brian? Be honest. Oh, Dunk.
When I first saw Brian, I thought he was like, I thought he was like one of those rude type of people. Like, I thought he was just like, cause he's big and strong. Like he can tell, like he tells everybody what to do and stuff. And like I was looking kind of scared of going into that when I met Brian. But then after I heard like the conversation him and my dad will have, my perspective changed on him, like drastically.
Yeah.
It was like it was not the type of way I thought it would have gone.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, it was like the complete opposite. I didn't think I thought I was bad, but I'm pretty sure he's worse.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah, man. Yeah. He is a big teddy bear, man. Like once you get to know him, but if you're caught in a situation, man, he's no other better dude to have on your back. Have your back, I should say.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. So, before you went on that hunt, though, I know you're getting hyped up for it. Were you kind of like, okay, what do I need to bring? And I'm sure your dad, like, I got you. Calm down. It's all good. But on the drive up and meeting everybody and all that, and getting settled in, what were your expectations on this?
For my expectations were like that like everything was gonna be like very serious, like there was no joking around or anything. It was like you get straight to the point as soon as we got there.
Yeah.
And like when I was meeting all those people, I thought they were just like they were gonna be all serious and stuff, but like going out there, there's like more like there's actually like more than like being serious.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's my expectations were like before we went there, it was like I was scared, but like when I went, like when I met all the people, my expectations were lowered, and like I could actually talk to some of the people.
Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah.
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 And then after when we got to camp, like I think it was on the second night, I started like getting more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically like what my expectations were.
That's good, man. That's good. And that's the thing is that whenever we bring people out, of course, there is half of it is serious because it is dangerous half the time, but the other half too is, you go out there, to have fun, to cut loose, just to get away from life a little bit and to
Yeah.
reflect and stuff, so. But yeah, that was my obligation, was to make sure you had a good time, you're safe, and don't do anything stupid. So you're here, you're good. So on your first night, man, did you have any encounters? Did you see anything? Did you feel anything? Stuff like that?
It was the first day. The first day he went out with Harley and Brian.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How was that?
It was like, I don't know. At first I thought I was like, this is not so bad. I was like, we were walking up the path, and just checking around and stuff. And then like it was after we started walking back, Harley like did that one thing with the peanut butter, and then I don't know, I just got like I had a little fear inside of me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I heard saying yeah.
Yeah,
He
and
put
then,
that peanut butter out to bait him in.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
Harley was like saying like a lot of stuff, like he could like there was stuff around us and stuff, and like I didn't think I was gonna be scared on that trip, but I was like kind of scared. I wasn't that scared, but like I think it was just because like it was nighttime and you don't know what's out there at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like on the first night, like when I was trying to go to sleep too, I remember hearing like I don't know if it was the second or first night, but I remember hearing like I was trying to go to sleep, and it was like in like when you first pull into the place where everybody's camping at,
Mm-hmm.
I heard something run through the woods.
That was the first night.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was the first night.
That was the first night, yeah, because I was up.
And like I don't know, I jolted up awake. I tried to see what it was, but no, I didn't see anything. And then my heart was racing so fast. Like
Yeah. I heard the same thing you did, buddy.
I didn't know what to think at the
So did
moment.
Steven. Yeah. The crazy part is though, Steven, of course I had my tripwires up. He had like these like high-tech sensors up, man. Oh, Fed boy over here. Steven, holler at you, man.
I remember they were acting up from the moment we got there. He says he's never had issues with them, and the moment we got there, they decided to just not work correctly.
Yeah. And what was funny was I heard you get up, Antonio. I heard you shoot. I heard somebody shoot up in the tent. And I got done doing a round. Everyone was chilling out.
Drew, he wasn't in a tent. He was in the truck.
Was in the tent? Was in the truck?
Yeah,
Okay. That's who shot up, was Steven. Steven's the one who shot up in the tent. So, but I heard it. It came running from behind the trucks on the road. Yeah. Something was running. I was literally about to get in my hammock, unlaced my boots, and I heard that sucker running, man. Got up, pulled the rifle, did a sweep. Like, Steven came out of the tent. Yeah, it was fast, dude.
It was abnormally quick. The way it moved through the woods like that is, yeah, it was something you can tell in the noise of the movement, because I heard it myself. It was something definitely big, and it had the ability to move between uneven terrains quick and a pretty fast speed.
What about you, Dawn? Did you hear it?
I was knocked out.
It woke me up.
What was it? I had to work that night.
Yeah.
The night before. Yeah, I had to work that morning, I think. No, it was the morning before. We were on 10-hour shifts, so I was exhausted by the time we got there.
Yeah. Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, so Antonio, you heard that, and then when you're out there with Brian and Harley, did you learn anything like how to look for tracks? Did you how to look at tree structures, how to watch your six? Like, what'd you pick out of those guys?
What I learned from like the biggest thing I learned was like how to see like where when something steps in the ground. I forgot, like I don't know how to say it. Like
impression.
Yeah, the impression is when something steps in the ground. Like before I couldn't see that, but now I feel like I'm better at seeing it because you showed me like what
to look for.
Yeah, what to look for.
Not only the fact, what helps Tony is the fact that he's very good at seeing deer from a distance. So it kind of helps him in the whole tracking process.
Yeah.
He sees deer before we can most of the time.
Yeah.
It's a young vision. That's what it is.
It's the Juan vision. Okay, yeah. So after that first night, then there was the next day. Everyone got up. We ate chow.
The next
you guys
day
went out. Yeah, and then you guys went out. We all split up.
The next day was pretty crazy, actually. Like it was like, I feel like that was better. We were walking through the woods, and then like we found all these structures and stuff, and like I didn't think those were real, but like when I actually saw them, like my mind actually changed about it. It was like pretty crazy to me. Yeah, it was like it literally blew my mind actually.
So it was me, Kevin, Tony, and Harley and Juan, and what's his name?
Steven? No, it wasn't Steven. Steven was with us.
No, it was the other guy.
Oh, it was Ricks. No, Briggs was with us.
I don't remember his name, but we were in the wooded part, and we found a box.
Huh?
A tree structure box.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We nicknamed it the playpen. The reason why we nicknamed the playpen is we found overlapping prints. What seemed to be like a adult and a juvenile. Don't remember exact. I think it was 16 inches. It was the adult, and
12 inches.
And
was
12 inches was the juvenile print, overlapping. And kind of like if you're a child following your parent and you want to, you follow the exact same path. That's what we saw out there around that box structure. It was perfectly laid out in a square with these big tree limbs nicely squared out.
Yeah. What about you, Tony?
So at first I didn't notice the box. Like the box was I feel like actually not. The box wasn't that. It was like it was all right. But when I first saw the box, and the structure inside, it was like actually pretty amazing. But on the way out, like when Harley got a bad feeling, and so did my dad. Like on the way out.
Before that, so Rizzo.
Oh yeah.
Rizzo was with us too, with Kevin.
For all y'all don't know, Rizzo is the canine that's on the team. So FYI.
When we were examining the prints that was overlapping, Rizzo started whining. Didn't know why. And then she just shot off. She didn't stop for Kevin. She didn't stop for nobody.
She was fine the entire time we were out there until we walked up to that box. Once we walked up to that box, something, I don't know if she was targeted or something came over her. At the same time, Harley and myself had this feeling of we shouldn't be here. It felt like a trespass feeling, you know you're not supposed to be there type of feeling.
Yeah, like you walk in my house, what are you doing?
Yeah. But Rizzo felt that the same and was immediately backing away and trying to get out of there without Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin said that she walked all the way to base camp. She didn't stop. She would stop to see if Kevin was following, and then she'd keep going.
Yeah, she said, "The hell with you, Dad. I'm out."
Yeah.
And
so when they got back to the camp, we stayed out there, and we were observing a bit more. And
We found the chair, a camping chair.
We found an old chair that, like a fold-out chair to camping chairs. It's been out there for quite a bit of time. It was tore up, and next to it, we found a little the deer urine bottles. So I'm guessing somebody was out there hunting. But one thing that myself and Harley found a little weird is that it was kind of dumped like they got out of there in a hurry.
Yeah.
And like I said, I looked up towards the distance, and like I said, we were uneasy feeling the entire time we were over there. I seen something shoot in the distance in between trees, and Harley saw it as well. Couldn't make out what it was, but it was a black mass shadow just dart through there. This is where I'm gonna get into this a little bit of a funny story. So we decided that, hey, we done, spend enough time here. It's about time we need to go ahead on and regroup. Well, as we're heading back out to camp, the last knowledge we had was that Kevin and Rizzo were at the camp. So we come out of the woods and we look to our left and seen what looked like somebody hunched over a good distance away, hunched over. So I pull out my phone and I zoom in to try to see who that is. If it's one of us or, some rando out there. And I zoom in enough so I can see, oh, that looks like Kevin. We're like, but Kevin is back at camp. So we start radioing in. It's like, hey, anybody got eyes on Kevin? Like, anybody know where he is? We got radio back. Yeah, he's over here at camp.
Yeah, aka Juice.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, he's over here at camp. So we're like, if he's at camp, then, who the hell is this out here?
Well, real quick though, what was a trip was we were hearing all the radio conversation. We were on the other side of that mountain part, and then I looked at Brian. Brian looked at Steven, and I was like, "Dude, we gotta haul butt now." So we started taking off towards you guys, man.
Yeah,
and then yeah.
One of the funny things was that he got up, looked our way, and noticed us, and of course we're yelling his name, trying to make sure that's him. And we're like, yeah, okay, and trying to yell at him. He gets up, doesn't say a single word. All right, he turns around and just waves. Not a single word.
That's exactly how he waved.
And so we all just looked at each other like, nope, this ain't right. And we quickly turned around and left him behind.
All right, Tony, going back to you, buddy. So when all that was going on, what were you thinking? What were you feeling?
It didn't feel real. Like, like I actually, because when I heard that, like at first I thought he was like, it was just a random dude taking a dump.
Dude, like, thank you. I did too. Looking at those pictures, I'm like, Kevin looks like he's taking a dump, dude.
And I was like, why is this dude taking a dump straight on the trail? And then when he got up, and then I heard them radio like asking the camp, whoever was at the camp, about if Kevin was that base camp, and they said yeah. I don't know. I was like, yo, is this real? Like, I didn't. And then he got up and he waved at us, and I just like, I don't know. It was like, it wasn't this. It was like, I gave like, it was like kind of a disgusting look I had. Like,
you nasty bastard.
Yeah, I was like, why is this dude pooping and just waving at us?
You didn't wash your hands, man. No.
But no, when we started walking, yeah, but when we started walking back to camp, no, I kind of got a little scared because like, if he was at camp, who was that?
He was in panic mode.
Yeah, and like, and then it was just us out there, and that's all I remember. It was like no one else. So who could have that been? I don't know. I started speeding up, but I kept trying to look back, and then as we were walking, he started walking like with us, and I was like, I started getting more scared. I was like, why is this dude following us? And and then I don't know. It was like, at the moment, it was like, I don't know. It just didn't feel real because, like, why would somebody just be out there?
Yeah.
like unless they're living there.
Yeah, crazy thing though too, man, is that's what mimics do, that's what skinwalkers do, and that's what mountain witches do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that little fun thing happened.
Yeah,
And then go ahead.
Kevin's take on that was, what did I do? Why is everybody not talking to me and mad at me walking
Oh,
away?
he's like, I'm all getting all sad. What did I do, guys?
We just had to make sure it was him, man. But I said it was a miscommunication.
Yeah, that's all it was, man. Oh, freaking yep.
But
Give
it
the
definitely,
juice.
it definitely makes you question things. You know, when you're out there like that, you see something like that you should not expect to see.
Yeah, well, to me, I mean, man, that was a good missed opportunity to practice on. You know how like before we go out, we always say like the magic word, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we separate." Da 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 da. Like that would have been a good opportunity to be like, "Hey, what's the password?"
Yep.
But it's all good. Yeah. So after that, we'll speed up towards. I think we all got back because everyone was kind of wrecked after that. We just kind of chilled out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
they get a little scared, not knowing what was going on, and then until we figure it out, and then we're like, all right, we're good now.
yeah. So and then
Then nightfall came, and we went back out.
yeah.
Well, nightfall came. We made some food. Everybody ate, and then everybody went out.
So I believe it was Brian, Harley, and Briggs,
and Steven.
Yeah, they went out first. We hang back, secure camp for a while, and we have radio communication. If we don't hear, we set out a plan where we cover ourselves. That if we hear nothing back for a certain amount of time,
we always do. You always do comms checks.
Yeah, and they were doing something out there. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it got to a point where time went by, and we didn't hear nothing. And so we initiated our go-to plan to go out there and figure out what's going on. And that's when we went out there. And we finally met up with them, and they said they were hearing stuff around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, matter of fact, they heard some stuff around them. They heard something running towards them, and those screams that we were hearing in the distance, they were hearing it too. Closer to them.
Yeah, they were hearing them screams that sound like multiple things in the distance away from each other, kind of communicating with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And all that happened before we got up to them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was Juice, Riley, me, and Tony were all at base camp.
Yeah. So was anything going on when we went out?
Yes.
Going around to you guys?
Actually, so of course the planes were flying around, so that really didn't faze us much. But Juice heard what sounded like a grown man saying something. Of course, Juice was over there. He was eating. And all of a sudden, I see him putting his plate down and flashing the flashlight towards the wooded area. He's like, "Did y'all hear that?" And Riley, I didn't hear it. And I don't know if Tony heard it. But Riley said, "Yeah, I heard it. It sounded like a grown man." And then, so me and Tony was just sitting around the fire. Well, no, we weren't sitting. We were sitting in front of our tent. And then Riley and Juice was walking around base camp to try to figure out what it was. And then after that, they didn't see nothing. So we went back to sitting around. And I got up to throw something away. No, it wasn't throwing. It was to put some more wood on the fireplace. So as I was doing that, I heard something like right in front of it. And like something was moving a branch and it snapped. So I had my flashlight and I'm just over here like, I don't see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we just kept hearing what sounded like footsteps. And then I guess Riley called to check in on y'all because that's when Jessica and that one guy went out.
Oh, I forgot a guy's name, Kevin or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin.
Yeah.
But they went out and to meet up with Brian and them. And wasn't it? We tried to communicate with Jessica and them through the radio just to check in, but we couldn't get through for some reason.
Yeah.
I believe so to get into what we were out there, get into some of the stuff we were out there, we were having a little bit of the comm issues, and at the same time, because we never got their transmission on our end, was when Harley was hit with something infrasound that we think it is, and he got affected by pretty good on it.
Yeah, what was funny was when we actually met up with the guys, they had a lot of action up there. And we were up on that hill with them. Me and Briggs walked down towards this other like pathway. And then right in front of me, I heard a deep like that. And the next thing I know, I hear Harley.
Yeah.
So it's like the infrasound went over me and Briggs.
Harley's a pretty tall man.
And Harley got hit. But yeah, but when all that was going on, Tony, what were you feeling? What were you thinking when everyone was split up?
I was feeling pretty tense, you know. I don't know if I was imagining things at some point, but like I don't know if I was or not, but there was a lot of wolves howling that night, like and like, you know, that really set in the vibe, and like, you know, not everything, like it really gets serious late at night. And like my expression of like when everybody went out, like, and they weren't like, I remember when my mom was like radio calming everybody and nobody was answering, I got worried for everybody because like, you know, why is nobody talking? Because like, you know, you're supposed to respond back.
Yeah.
You know, no, I kind of got worried, like, even though I'm not out there, but I'm worried for everybody's safety. And the weird thing is, also, so I was on my phone saying, I was like just listening to music to get my head away from it. And my phone, I think my phone was at like 32%, I'm pretty sure. And as I'm using it, my phone drops down to like within 10, like not even 10 minutes, within 5 minutes, it drops down to 8%. Like automatic, like it does, like it like goes down by a second, like each time. And it was like pretty crazy to me. And like I turned it off because I thought my phone was bugging. Then when I tried to turn it back on, it like just shut off complete, like it wouldn't turn back on. And I don't know, it was like at that point I was like, yo, stuff really got serious. Stuff is really getting serious.
The phone's off, guys. It's getting serious now.
Yeah. And like it was creepy because it was just like quiet. Like it was just quiet. And then when the juice got up, you know, like I got pretty scared. I didn't hear like the grown man, but when Riley said he heard it, like to back Juice up, like, cause you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, the more people that hear it, like the more
kind of verifies it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, I didn't know. I was like, I got tense. You know, I tried to lay back because we had one of those chairs, and I tried to lay back and forget about it, but you know, it was still stuck on my mind.
Yeah. And, yeah, I can imagine though. You know, you're wondering what's going on with your dad. All the guys, it's probably driving you nuts. You're not out there.
Yeah.
You know? But
and then there was a point where y'all weren't walking back yet to camp. Riley and me both saw some lights. And we didn't know what they were. And that's why we radioed y'all and asked y'all if that was y'all coming back, but it wasn't y'all. So after a few minutes went by, like we were just sitting there watching them, and they disappeared. And then, like, maybe I want to say the next 10 to 10 minutes, it was y'all coming down. I was like, whoa. And I think at that point, I want to say Tony was laying in the truck at that point, so he didn't really get to see it.
Yeah.
I think. Was you?
I'm pretty sure I was. I think I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everybody started coming back from base camp.
Yeah, and then, we got there. We all did our check-ins. Then how long was it until that tree fell?
Oh my days.
Probably about 30 minutes. It wasn't very long.
That was deep. I mean,
so it was a pretty calm night. It was very little to no wind. And then, we were sitting there at camp and we heard something big crashing down. Then I believe it was Harley, Briggs, and Riley, was it? They went out there, Steve?
Oh,
right
Brian.
after the tree fell, Harley's like, come on, come get it.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And then Riley's like, shut the freak up, dude.
Yeah.
You're provoking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing you shouldn't do out there.
Yeah, for real.
And yeah, then after that, that's when they went and investigated the tree.
Yeah.
I don't remember how wide it was, but I know they said it was a significantly tall tree.
It was about, you said it was in between 35 to like 50 feet, like tall tree.
Yeah.
Huge. And it was thick. It's a
And
big tree.
and yeah, based on what we saw and all that, and they said you could smell the fresh soil. It was ripped out of the ground, tumbled over. It didn't just break or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And then that second night, me and Juan, we took down before it got night, we took our tent down and we camped out in the bed of the truck with the gazebo, with the canopy hanging over the truck. That was a weird feeling, by the way.
You felt vulnerable.
It was
By
weird.
you, Tony?
When I heard the tree go down, like, what's his name? What's the tall dude's name again?
Harley.
Yeah, Harley. Harley got all excited. I was like, why are you so excited about this? And like, I heard the tree go down. I was in, oh my day. It's like a shiver went down my spine or something. Like, there's no way a tree just felt like it was so quiet. Everybody was just eating and stuff.
And it was close to us.
Yeah. And then when they got back, they said it was fresh and everything. I was like, yeah, there's definitely something out there, because no way that fell by itself.
Ain't no way, man. I believed it was pushed down 100%.
And then, like, later on the night, I just had trouble sleeping because of that, bro. It was like
you and me both, buddy.
Yeah, it was engraved. It was engraved into my head, and then, like, I don't know, it was just scary.
And as we were setting up right before everybody head to bed, we were setting up. I know we taught this a lot ever since then. You, myself, and Riley decided, hey, let's go set up the perimeter, so we take care of ourselves while everybody tries to sleep. And Riley and myself got this being watched feeling, uneasiness when we were out there doing it. And you didn't notice until you finally stopped and collected yourself. There was a big print right in front of our setup. Like
our tripwire.
Yeah, our tripwire. Like it came to a complete stop, and you can see perfect impression that was not there earlier that day. And that was a little weird, that it knew it was there. It was aware of what was around it, to the point where it stopped immediately right in front of it to, I guess, check that out.
Yeah, it kind of pissed me off because I'm like, damn, I almost got him.
yeah.
It's like, you're walking, all of a sudden, whoa, like, oh, that was close.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you pointed that out, because like you said, I was just in the zone of getting those tripwires back up, and then you guys pointed that out, and I'm like, holy crap, look at that big old footprint right in front of the tripwire. Damn. Yeah.
I believe if I remember correctly, the next morning Harley and myself went to go look at it, and he measured it. I was around 19 inches.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brian, as we were packing up, of course, we had the whistle. The last day, the whistle that I have.
Yep. Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad we didn't blow that.
Yeah, the Aztec whistle. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Jessica, she was like, freaking no, better not. Yeah. Other than that, guys, seemed like it was a good trip. It was a good trip. To me, everyone made it out good. And all right, there ain't no right or wrong answer. I'm going to ask each and every one of you guys. There ain't no right or wrong answer to this. Juan, what do you think Bigfoot is, man?
I think it's something that's based off a spiritual being, something that can travel within dimensions, both physically and present itself not physically. And that's what I think is. I think it's just something we haven't yet learned to understand.
Roger that. Dawn?
After, the 2 trips that I did, I want to say that kind of the same thing as Juan is something that we haven't yet pretty much discovered that well. And it's just a new discovery waiting to happen.
Roger that. Tony, boy, what do you think, buddy?
I don't for the first trip, I don't really have a big opinion on like what I would think it would be. But like honestly, I just think it's like I don't really know what it is. Like
it's fine.
I don't know how to like I feel like the way my dad said it is like the perfect way to like, give an example of it. But it being my first trip, I really can't say much because like, it's my first trip, maybe I'll figure out something else on the next one.
It's all good, man. That's well said. And would you ever go again?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Cool, man. And what is the one thing that you think you need to work on?
One thing I need
to like that you need to like you think like, man, I need to get better at this, or I need to do more diving into this, or when it comes to cryptids, Bigfoot, camping, survival, it don't matter. Like what one thing did you gather out of it on your drive back home? Like, you know what, I really need to think about doing this more, or vice versa.
When we were there, I feel like I wasn't analyzing as much. I was like, because Brian, like, like that's where I learned stuff. Brian told me stuff. And I feel like before I went there, I was just examining like things you can see like right in front of you, like you can see like perfectly. And then after I was thinking about it, like, I need to start working about like checking like other places, checking up in the sky, checking down on the ground, like just not straight ahead.
Yeah, just be more aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. And I think I also learned like I don't know, to be honest. I learned how to like communicate more, because like, like all those new people and like getting like to know them, I think I need to work on my communication skills, because like it was like kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of awkward there. Yeah, but yeah, that's really it though.
That's good, man. And those are two tools, that you also need to have in life too. You don't want to be hyper focused on something. You want to be aware of your surroundings all the time. That includes when you're at school, at Walmart, wherever. And also like communication skills too. every person's going to have a different way of communicating. You just going to have to kind of adapt to it.
Yeah.
So that's good, man. That's good. Good job, guys. So other than that, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So you guys got anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn tables on you for a little bit.
All right, let's hear it.
What was your highlight of the trips, the recent one we had, and what you caught yourself that you learned something new? Because we all learn something new when we go on these trips. I feel like so. What's something that you caught yourself that you need to work on?
Let's see. Well, there's a lot, man.
Good.
Okay, yeah. I'm always critiquing myself and the things I need to get better at. I think the thing I liked the most that really caught my eye was, honestly, man, was the camaraderie and stepping back. Because a lot of times I like to step back and look at all you guys engaging in each other, laughing, cutting up. Just like, all right, this is good. This is good. We all needed this. And then I'm always thinking 100 miles an hour when it comes to my kit, when it comes to certain weapons I need to bring. If I need to bring A, B, or C, flashbang, smoke bombs, whatever, drone, like each different operation we go on has a different set of tools. And yeah, the more and more I go, the more and more I figure out, okay, it's becoming more spiritual than it is physical. So I'm modifying my kit more spiritually now than I am physical. I got my physical stuff down when it comes to guns, weapons, backpacks, first aid kits, IFAK kits, survival stuff, all that. I'm good at that now. Now I'm leaning more towards like my other kit, which I gave you a list on.
Yeah.
So this guy I'm being mentored underneath, his name's Dr. Dennis Carroll. He's kind of like almost like a spiritual father of mine in a way. This guy's got over 60 years of legitimately hunting cryptids, vampires, skinwalkers, wendigos. And the list he gave me, he's like, look, he's like 30 to 40% of it is physical. The other 60 to 75% of it's spiritual. And here are the things you need for that. So when it comes to white salt, black salt, holy water, anointing oil, like just like the freaking list goes on, like silver nitrate, silver bullets.
You
like
find
iron.
out that there's layers to the situations that we're in. And
yes, there's freaking layers, and there's layers to each cryptid you come across.
Yeah.
How to take down a skinwalker is way different compared to how to deal with a dogman or a Bigfoot or a Wendigo or a mountain witch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like trying to dive deep more into that. I'm making more of my kits like spiritual, like, you know what I'm saying? There's different way to deal with vampires. Like it's just, that's what I'm diving into a lot now and what I'm working on. So I want to be prepared in all aspects. Holy ash, stuff like that, holy ash, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I gathered out of it.
My question is how likely is it that you think you've gained a new family?
Oh, 100%, man. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're gaining more each time.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's why I try to engage with all of us, try to get us out. I know each person has a different schedule, so I kind of want to be like, I guess, not walking on eggshells, but I want to be supportive and cautious when it comes to people's schedules, because I know everyone's got a family, everyone's busy, so I try to pick out the right time and be flexible with everybody. So, but yeah, as far as that though, it definitely gained a family, because I don't have a family here. It's just my wife and all her family. So you guys, like, I love it because even though family you got is blood, but to me it's like your friends you can pick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I definitely consider all you guys family. So, yeah.
Likewise.
So, but other than that, yeah, that's all I got. And Tony Banderas, buddy, we're gonna get you on some more, bud. So we're gonna try to train you up more.
Yeah.
So, new
Looking
generation.
forward to the next one.
Yeah. So, other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. You too, Tony. I'm glad you came out here, be a little brave, and be honest and open, man. So I appreciate you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, guys, that's all I got. So I'll let you guys go.
All right.
Have a good night.
So,
All right. But other than that, for all you listeners, you guys got any questions for these guys? Just email me at c.woperations@17905@gmail.com, and I'll relay it to these guys. So they're on the team, and we got a bunch of other dudes on the team I'm going to try to get on. So that's going to be my goal for this year. But other than that, appreciate you guys. You guys need anything, let me know. You guys want to be on the show, hit me up. You guys need any prayer, let me know. Hit me up. We'll work with you guys. So that's all I got for all you guys out there. Be safe, be vigilant, and work on your communication skills.
Yeah.
We are out. Later.
Goodbye.